Good. All right. Speed rolling.
Okay.
Well, welcome, Mike. This is going to be fun. I don't even know what we're calling this, but this is just you and I getting together and saying, hey, Tallmadge, Mike Passarelli and Chad Davis here.
Yep.
We're running for school board. And
unopposed, but we'd appreciate your vote.
Yes, we'd appreciate your vote. So this is kind of a weird position to be in, but we felt like we ought to just shoot a little video and say, hey, this is who we are. And,
and what we kind of believe.
Yep, absolutely. So let's start out because I'm just getting to know you, and you've been the fire chief in Tallmadge forever. Like most of Tallmadge knows you. I only knew you by name, you know. I'd seen you in passing, and I didn't really know who you were. So, but thankfully in the last few months, we've kind of gotten to know each other and seen each other a lot at the Chamber of Commerce and of course all the school board meetings that you've now been in. Because for those of you who don't know, Mike Passarelli is currently on the school board.
Yeah.
And
almost a year now.
Almost a year.
Yep.
So he had to run to keep his seat, and so he and I are the two candidates that are running. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my wife and Patty and I have been married just over 50 years. Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
I'm only 22, so
that's a ways.
Got me more than double. That's awesome.
But we moved to Tallmadge shortly after getting married, or moved back to Tallmadge. I'm a Tallmadge graduate. I graduated in 1971.
Cool.
We moved here when I was in 7th grade and never looked back. Loved the community. My parents did, and it was a great community to grow up in. We raised 4 kids.
Okay.
All grown and gone now. Three of them still in the area. One and her husband is in the military, and they're out in Colorado Springs.
Okay.
We're going to go visit them here this week.
Good reason to go to Colorado.
Yeah. And got on the fire department. I was 47 years on the department, 33 years full-time, the last 7 as fire chief. A great department. I've seen it come from an all-volunteer department to almost a 100% career. Community's grown, and the safety forces have grown along with it. So.
Fantastic. I appreciate your service. I do as a citizen, and thank you. So we're lucky to have had you all these years.
Yeah.
So you got 4 kids. Any pets or anything else going on in the household?
No.
Lots of projects. I did go to your house that one time. And man, I can't believe it. He's up there on the ladder.
Oh, yeah.
Putting up siding and remodeling his bathroom. And
good
for you.
We put an addition on. We decided to stay in the community. As my wife and I get older, those steps are harder and harder. So we're down on the first floor now. So
okay, good.
Yeah.
It's a good place to be.
Yeah.
So, well, I've got 3 kids in the school district. I've got a junior and an 8th grader and a 5th grader, and so I'm still going through the whole path of Tallmadge schools. But we made the decision 20 years ago to move to Tallmadge, and then we made the decision 2 more times to stay in Tallmadge. And this is where we wanted to raise our family. So, we're glad to be here.
Great community. Yep.
Very glad to be here, and everyone that we meet in Tallmadge we love. We really do. It's a great community. So.
Oh, I forgot. I got 7 grandkids too.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's a lot.
Yeah.
You can't forget them.
That's a gaggle of them.
Yeah. So how often does everybody get together?
It's a little difficult. 2 of them are out in Colorado Springs. We see them a couple times a year, but the rest of them are all right here in town. So yeah.
Okay.
It's a good thing. So.
Any hobbies? Anything that you like to outside of school? Because I know that's taking up a lot of your time these days.
Well, I'm part of the Eastern Area incident management team for wildland fires, and that's what I do for fun in the summer. Now that I'm retired, I can go out a couple of times without any issue. I was out this year in Idaho at Coeur d'Alene. Just above there, working a fire. But that's my hobby job. That I do. I'm actually an AD employee of the Wayne National Forest. That's how I got into that. So
I think I'm remembering these texts that you and I had back then. You were sleeping in the tent on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Good for you. I can't believe it. I can't even tell you last time I slept in the tent on the floor. but
Yeah.
at least you had an air-conditioned command post, right?
Yes, I did. Yes,
in a
I
tent.
did. Yeah.
But that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you very much.
Yep.
Anything else about family or jobs?
No, I also was the hardware manager before I became full-time at the fire department. I managed the Henry Beers Company, the hardware.
I think I heard that. When was
portion
that?
of it. That was from, I worked there from the time in 68 when I was in high school till 93 when I became full-time on the department.
Uh-huh.
And, there was about 10 years of it. I was the hardware manager.
Okay, cool.
And then I'd had a career change at 40 years old.
Yeah. Good for you. That's awesome. Okay, well, a little bit about myself. I own a business here in Tallmadge, and this is the type of business. This is the only business I've ever done for my entire life.
Really?
Right out of high school, went straight into audiovisual and traveled the country, 30-some cities every weekend, and I've been in this business my whole life. So it's been fun.
Wow.
A lot of travel, pre-COVID, 100, 150 days a year, out on the road. But it slowed down during COVID, and now it's all picking back up. And but it's been a fun ride. I wouldn't complain at all. So
don't work a day if you love your job.
Exactly. Yeah. So, well, you want to move on to the questions that we've been given?
Yeah.
So, Mike and I got some questions that are going to get printed in the Beacon, and we won't be at the forum on Wednesday. But so another reason we're going to make this video for you guys is we can't be there. So here, I'll ask the first question, and you give us the answer that that's going to be printed. So for those that don't read the Beacon, because I don't, unfortunately, and I used to read the Tallmadge Express religiously, but we don't have it anymore. So I wish we did.
Yeah.
Describe the role of a local school board member and share why you're the best person to fill this role.
School board member oversees the operation, not the day-to-day operations, but the overall operations, the finances, the policies, and the funding. Oversee that stuff. My years with the fire department, I oversaw a $4 million budget with the fire department and had to compete with other departments, and I know budgets and I know policy, and those are two big things I think with what a school board member does.
Yeah, I agree. So my answer was basically that we're advisors to the superintendent treasurer, and we help direct policy. And I've worked with the last couple of superintendents actually in various roles over the years. I've been in and out of the schools with my 3 kids. In fact, I thought I was going to have 9 years straight at Dunbar because my kids are 3 years apart in the school district. And so it's been fun. I've been around for a long time and volunteered for a ton of different opportunities. But between my experiences in the school district, also as a vendor on occasion, and then working with different groups like the PTA and then what I do on a daily basis, I'm similar. I'm directing budgets and writing proposals and working with clients and staff and making those tough decisions every day to for the betterment of the business and the betterment of my staff and so
that stuff all equates to exactly what we do.
And I realize that we're not like directly involved with the staff. We're really only involved with the treasurer and the superintendent. So and then collectively we vote on policy, and I'm looking forward to it. Anyways, question 2. What do you think are the top 3 issues in public education?
Number 1 is hiring and retaining good teachers and staff. The staff that goes along with them is equally as important. That's how you get a good school system, is have good teachers. The second thing is basically safety, the safety concerns in our school, being aware of what's going on and what's coming new to the area. Providing a quality curriculum is another key point. If you want a real good school system, you have to have a good curriculum, and you got to be able to measure the results. You need to know what you're doing and that it's doing the right things. So those three things to me are very important.
I couldn't agree with you more. I didn't read yours before I wrote mine, but I'd love to piggyback on them. But I felt that we, and here's what I put that'll be in the paper, is that I feel we can improve on developing critical thinkers, getting more parent involvement, and help all the kids feel empowered to succeed.
Yep.
And some of these are from the, we'll put the slide up from the school district, and several of those things are right there that the school district is pushing for every single day.
That's her point of light. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
So you want to ask the next one?
Sure. Education has become the target of hot topic issues. What skills do you have for the constructive responses to controversy?
I put, as a business owner, making daily tough decisions is par for the course for me. But listening to the objectives and staying calm and cultivating, out of the box ideas and answers is what I'm looking forward to being a part of. On a day-to-day basis, some of my stress levels are, we do a lot of conferences. We travel the country, and we'll have a staff and a crew that's there, and a client that's extremely demanding, and we're live streaming a lot of these things, and everything has to happen on time, and managing stress and being able to handle those situations properly is key. And,
right.
So
what I put was, with my past employment with the fire department, I've dealt with a lot of administration. I've dealt with a lot of homeowners, patients, parents of patients, various, and had to mediate some issues between them. That's not new to me. My years of managing the hardware was another one with employees, just as you do. Employees, and then people, basically returns and things like that, and how to deal with those problems. But they're all people skills, and that's what I think this job really takes, is some people skills. And
I agree. I mean, we're there to listen to people's complaints, and hopefully they're positive things that they love about our school district. But realistically, we're probably going to get more complaints than that. If everything's going good, you
don't hear it.
You don't hear it. Yeah, that's kind of the rule of thumb is for the sound guy is like, if nobody says anything, it's fine.
It's good. It's good.
So are there unmet educational needs that you feel need to be addressed, and what are they?
I don't think so in our school system. I feel that we've met the needs of the students, and this is reflected in the performance. We've had real good performance as per the state. Not that I'm a great big believer in that, but that is one metric to grade us. But we need to stay vigilant with improving the curriculum and the many safety needs of our students. So, yeah.
I basically agreed with you. I said that I didn't feel that there were any huge educational needs that are not being met. It's why I'm sending my kids to Tallmadge. I said, I made a couple different decisions throughout the last 15 years that stay here because we like the Tallmadge schools and we like what's available to them. There's a ton of opportunities for the kids, and the 6th District Compact. My daughter's in that right now, and it's fantastic. So these opportunities are wonderful. And there's other bigger schools that have more to offer, and maybe we'll get there. Which is another thing we're going to talk about is keeping the money in the district. So that's a good segue then into our final section here, is to talk about the levy. So for those that don't know, we're renewing a levy,
right?
And a 5-year and a 10-year,
right? And
they both need renewed to keep money in the school district,
right?
So how much would the schools lose if they don't pass?
It's 20% of our operating budget is these two levies.
Right.
So they're instrumental in keeping the quality education that we have right now.
Yep.
It's not new money. We're not asking for more.
Yep.
We're asking for the same amount of money to keep this great school system that we have.
Yeah. So we've actually got an email from the superintendent with some bullet points that we're going to go through real quick, and hopefully the community's listening and understands this. But, as you just said, this is not a tax increase, So, I own a home and a business here in Tallmadge. We pay taxes on these, and there's nothing's going up.
Right.
And for those that are thinking that the Summit County, a reappraisal that just happened, it's not going to go up.
Yeah.
The schools don't get any more money because our appraisal went up, and
Right.
and we'll put this up on the screen. But House Bill 920,
Right.
you know, as we both know, that's
Well, that was a thing with the fire department too. Levies, when we renew levies, it was a fixed amount. As they build more houses in Tallmadge, all it does is dilute the millage down. We still collect the same. Let's say it's $2 million, regardless of how many houses or how many
I
people.
don't think I knew that.
Oh yeah,
no.
It's a reduction in millage as they build more or commercial or residential, you pay less. It's and that's how the money stays the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what else did he have on here? Oh, the great things that are happening in Tallmadge schools and keep the strong momentum. And I just kind of touched on that a little bit. Is there anything else you want to touch on that you know that the school district's doing well that you're happy with?
Well, there's sports complex and the rest of that. A lot of that stuff, people don't understand. A lot of that money came from donations, large donations from alumni and others. They think that all was tax money. No.
And the previous levy that helped build the sports complex.
It got it going.
Right.
Yeah.
But it wasn't operational.
No.
So this new levy, well, not new, this renewal levy
yeah.
is yes, to keep the operations going.
Yeah.
So it doesn't fund the buildings or
Nope.
it's just operational.
Right.
And we're going to put this chart up, but you've seen the chart where our responsible spending and where we fall in that.
That's impressive.
I agree.
Yeah,
100%.
One of the things I used to do with the fire department is I would take the cost per the amount of money we'd get and divide it by how many runs we had.
Okay.
And that was a real down and dirty how efficient we are.
Sure.
And then I'd look at other things that we did, like inspections and whatnot. So what service were we providing for that money? The schools are providing a tremendous service. We're very highly rated, and we're very low in the cost per student.
Yep.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
That's efficiency.
I agree. Compared to other schools, and we'll, like I said, we'll show the chart again, but we're really efficient and using our dollars well.
Right,
so.
right.
So, and we already talked about the 20%, and we'll put up the school website. We briefly touched on House Bill 920. We'll put that up as well.
Right.
If anybody wants to, deep dive into that and how that works, how that shakes out for our taxpayer dollars. But just a little recap on House Bill 920. In '73, I think it was in the '70s, they somewhere in there it's got passed that your out-of-pocket dollars would never go up
with a renewed levy. That just froze it at that point. There's a couple ways you can get more money, but that's not what we're doing. Yep.
Anything else that we need to talk about?
No, just what a great system we've got and what great people we have. I actually shadowed last year in the, and you need to do this.
Okay.
Shadowed in the elementary school for a day.
Okay.
Which was really cool.
Sure, I'd love to do that.
Smartest fifth graders I've ever. They're so far advanced that I was when I was in grammar school. But
it sounds like that show. Are you smarter than the fifth grader? I watched that show. I was not.
I'm not as smart as a fifth grader. Yeah.
Depends on the question. I knew some of them, but I didn't know all of them. That's for sure.
Right. And this year I actually shadowed the middle school.
Okay.
And equally unbelievable. That science teachers, the math teachers, they had me engaged. I wanted to raise my hand and answer the questions.
Sure. I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that in all three schools. Yeah, that's.
I'm headed there.
Okay, when are you going to the high school?
Yeah. Well, probably later this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go with you.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, after I'm elected in November.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm allowed to do, but I'm still learning all that stuff. But I know we're looking forward to going to the school board association down in Columbus, right?
Yeah. That's
going there?
Yeah, I am. I went there last year, learned a lot, made a lot of connections with people in similar. I've learned over the years, and you probably have too. You go to lunch with a bunch of people of similar, and you learn so much about their system and what they're doing.
Networking is key. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And that is a big networking opportunity.
Oh, huge.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to going and learning the ins and outs of being on the school board. So. Yep. Well, thanks, Mike. This has been fun.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah. Go out and vote for Mike and I.
Yep. Yeah, all we need is one vote. So
I asked my wife if she'd be my one vote, and she's like, I don't know. That honeydew list is pretty long.
I've asked other people. I'm not sure.
Okay, good.
But don't forget us on issue 10 and 11. Again, this is not a new tax. This is a renewal of a levy. It will not cost you any more. So
thanks, Mike.
Yep.
It's great seeing you. Have a good day.
Good.